Sounds, Craig here. Welcome back to the channel. There'll be another cutting video today, probably. I actually just got here, so I haven't really got an idea of where I'm going to cut, but I'm going to go look for something to cut. Airplane. But I wanted to show quickly this little bridge that my dad put in maybe about a month ago. This was a path we used to always cross, but then the water washed out in this valley here and we had to go way around this location to get to this point over here. So we have this, I guess it's an old pallet skid that turned into a bridge. I jokingly told my dad after he put it in, he's gonna have to take it out and then put it back in so I can get it on video for you all. But no, I was just kidding. But pretty sturdy. So hopefully it'll hold up to four-wheelers and loads of logs in the little ATV trailer. But I'm going to continue on looking for something to cut. Last night was one of the Gods, Guns, and Sawdust episodes. And the topic there was being safe when cutting, especially with dead ash trees, and especially when you're alone, and especially when it's summertime and you can't clearly see the canopies because of all the green leaves. So I always try and have safety in the forefront of my mind, but having just watched that podcast last night, I'm gonna be more aware than I probably would have been, which is always good. Safety first. So let's go see what we can find. Well guys, I just spent probably 30 minutes driving around, walking around, looking for something to drop. Ideally, I was hoping to find some cherry, possibly white oak, possibly hickory. I did find a lot of dead standing ash, of course. However, if you remember in the intro, I kind of talked about, safety and being aware of the hazards. Well, today, you can't really tell, but it's windy. The tops are moving, and I am solo. And yes, there is a lot of dead standing ash, but I'm just not gonna try tackling them today solo. And with the wind and with how green it is, and the brush is real thick too in a lot of them. So the safest way to fell a tree is not to. And what we have here is a poplar or a big tooth aspen that a windstorm brought down a while ago. And a lot of the log and the branches are real nice four-way wedge material, and it's suspended. So I think it's gonna be easy bucking, and it's right on this trail here. So we're gonna attack this log. Stay tuned. Give you a look at it before we start cutting. So here's the top. Still has some leaves on it, so it must have came down not that long ago. But like I said, a lot of the limb wood or the branches up here are good four-way wedge material, and it's suspended. And it is a pretty dang big tree. It goes down there quite a ways, probably close to 16, 18 inches at the base. So we'll start cutting into it up here. And if it's nice material, we'll keep going. Stay tuned. whole bunch of little rounds cut up in there. That stuff cuts like butter. Of course it is basically butter, not a very hard wood, but it is technically a hardwood, to be clear. Probably gonna clean up this brush too, just so it doesn't look like a mess. Make a nice pile, and then we'll keep cutting on it. Stay tuned. Alright, got most of the branches and the brush picked up. Good enough for now. I'm not expecting company. Some rounds, about half of a trailer load. A lot of good looking stuff, not punky, not rotten, which is good because sometimes this poplar can get soft and ugly real quick when it's dead or dying on the ground. Got a bunch more pieces marked up. So we'll fire up the Echo CS501P and do some more cutting. Alright, I'm gonna load some of these rounds up, and the trailer might be full. This log I might save for last or a different day. It was in the dirt pretty good and covered in mud. So let's load up and see if we have a full load to take back to the wood yard. Well, that's a load, so head back to the wood yard, Hopefully I can make it across that bridge with this big heavy load of this real dense hardwood. Kidding about that. But stay tuned, let's see if we can make it. Alright, made it across the bridge. It didn't break down. Got all the rounds stacked up here. Nice little load. Yeah, a lot of it's on the smaller side, but that's fine. And it will make great campfire wood next summer because I am running low. I'll show you what I got left for my I call it less desirable campfire wood, the box elders, the poplars, things like that. So it will go into the mix next summer. And I think somebody will have to let me know what kind of poplar this is, because usually I get a lot of the white poplar, but this is pure gray. So I'll have to check into that. But I think I'm going to go back and do some more cutting, so look for a part 2. I appreciate everybody watching. Have a good one. Bye.